So far, the joins that we have looked at match the data from one table to another table and pull the joining records. However, sometimes that might not be enough. In some cases, you might want to pull the records from one table and then joining records from the other table with empty values whenever there is no matching record. Let me show you an example of a result set, and then we'll go to SQL to see how that works. Here are two tables. One is an employee table that contains the ID of an employee, the name, and department ID. Some employees don't have department ID assigned yet. Then here is another table, department table, that contains the ID of the department and the department name. When you join these two tables to pull the employee information along with the department they belong to, then you will join them on department ID column. In that scenario, your result set will look like this. You got Anil, department ID is 100 and marketing, and similarly Amy 200 and department is HR. Since Mark and Jim don't have any department ID assigned to them, they won't appear in this result set. However, you might want a result set that looks like this. You still want all the employees, and if they have matching department, then show the department name, else leave them blank. Or alternatively, you might want to get a list of all the departments and matching employees. So in this case, sales doesn't have an employee, yet you'll still see a record. Both of these can be achieved with outer joins. So let me go to SQL and show you how that works. Let's first write a SQL query that'll pull all the customers who have placed an order, any number of order, it doesn't matter. For that, we will be using sales order header and sales customer table. This is the list of customers and this is the list of all the orders. So first, select star from sales.customer. Join sales.sales order header on, and I'm going to give alias to these two tables, A and B, so that I don't have to write the full names. A dot customer ID is equal to B dot customer ID. So what I'm saying here is give me everything from these two tables and match them on customer ID. Go ahead and execute it. And here you have all the records. So all the customers and their orders. As you can see, there are 31,465 rows. So I am going to write this number here. The way to write a comment in your SQL statement is to do two dashes. So I'm going to write total records were 31,465. Now, if we want to get list of all the customers, whether they have placed orders or not in this result set, and if they haven't placed the orders, then all the sales records will be null or empty. So let's go ahead and write that statement. I'm going to copy this statement and paste it. Let's give a space here. What you need to do is you need to write an outer join. The way to do an outer join is to decide which table do you want to get all the data from. So in this case, we're saying, give me all the data from customer table. The table that is in front is considered to be on the left side. So what you need to do is left join. What we're saying here is from the left table, which is the first table, give me all the data, and if there is any matching data from the other table, then give me those records, otherwise leave those records as null. So let's go ahead and execute this. And here you can see now you have 32,166. Earlier you had 31,465. That means you got more records here. Now I'm going to scroll here to see which customers are missing records. So keep going down. And here you have all the records that don't have any sales information. So here is a list of all the customers that have no sales record. These are the extra ones that showed up that were not showing up in this first query. So this is how you write outer join. You join the tables as you normally would and then add left. If you do a right outer join, that means it's going to give you all the records from this table, whether they have a matching customer or not. Now let me show you how you can write the same query but using a right join. So I'm going to copy this and paste it here. Now I'm going to switch my tables. So I am going to move sales order header as my table A, and then this table as my table B. And then since my table B is where we want all the data from, that table is now considered a right table. So rather than left, you will have to write right here. So go ahead and execute it. When you execute, the number should still be 32166. Click on execute and you can see 32166. Same as this previous query. So keep in mind, left basically means the first table in the join. Right means the second table in the join. That's how it's constructed. So that's how you write an outer join. Outer join allows you to join two tables and get the data from one table, even if it doesn't have a matching record in the other table.